What's up, guys? Jez here from Whiskefy, and welcome to another episode of WhiskefyTV. This is episode 90, I believe now, which is very exciting. I'm very excited for it because it is, I guess, September. So we're getting close to the end of the year. We've got some good bourbon today. I'm very excited. Just make sure everything's recording nicely. We are all good to go. So, kick this bad boy off. I have a bottle of, as you guys saw by the hype post, a bottle of LEE-GENT. Very nice, very fancy. Bring that up a little bit. Oh, don't do this because this doesn't work. Ugh. Hate it when it does it. You just bring a watch close to you and then like the voice activation thing happens. Okay. Glasses. So, days since last, that was nice. I actually kicked this off. The cork is not cork. It's like a rubber plasticky thing, but it's guaranteed to have a nice pop every time. Now, it's got like a wooden, say, cork on it. Top of it says Kentucky and Japan. Hopefully you guys can see that. And yeah, it's kind of got like 2 legends, 1 bourbon just on the bottom. I'll get this poured out. Now, I went days since last spill last time, but it's not really days, it's more episodes. Episodes since last spill. I didn't spill it last episode. I don't remember if I included the episode beforehand. So I did say 7 days since last spill. So let's hope I don't spill this one and we'd be episode 2. It's very controlled. I enjoy that. So, God, this glass is dirty. You wash them, you leave them, they're drying, and then, like, for some reason, there's like bobbly bits. I don't know if that's the inside or the outside. I digress, though. If you guys are wondering about this glassware, I'll start it off with this. If you guys are wondering where to get this glassware, I've actually got my website connected with my shop. So if you guys want one, just jump on there, take a look. Straight on Instagram too. Just at the top of the page on the left-hand side. So view shop, it'll have the hats and the glasses on there. If I do run out of stock, I will be restocking them soon. So let's kick this off. Legent Bourbon, as I covered, we are 3 minutes in. I haven't spoken about it, so I'll get through it quick. It's 94 proof or 47% non-age stated, but having a look online, it's about 4 years old, and then it kind of goes from there, but I'll get into that later. I paid $69 for this. Luckily, I got it when I was in Melbourne, so they had a big sale, but it's normally about $90 on our shelves. It's about $37 US, so it's not too bad. The casks it runs 3 casks. So you've got your charred American white oak, your sherry cask, and a French oak red wine cask. The Mashbill is typical Beam Mashbill at 77% corn, 13% rye, 10% malted barley. Standard. So let's run through the press on this sucker and then we'll hook in. So from the 8th of March 2009, we have LEE-GENT as part of Beam's lineup. If you aren't familiar, I'll run you through it really quick. So, from the press release, Beam claims this to be a unique innovation, but all they're doing is just moving your typical, where is it? White label stock. They're getting this white label stock and putting it into sherry casks and French oak red wine cask, similar to what they're doing with the tawny expression. But where it gets a bit weird is they're blending it all together and then adding more white label for taste. It's very confusing, but you know, they do it the way they want to do it. This joint brand collab between Beam and Suntory, funny, is taking the 7th generation master distiller Freddie No from Fredno? Hold on, I had this. It's Fredno? I don't know. I'll work it out. Fredno from Beam and Chief Blender. This name's gonna mess with me. Shinji Fukuyo. Basically pronounced Fukuyo. Red hot. From Suntory. So that's that. And we are at 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Timestamp this because this is where the tasting gets fun. So I think that was about it. There was nothing else really I wanted to cover on that. So I'll kind of hook into it as per usual. I was able to do the tasting notes during the middle of the day, either the day before or today. So just on the nose, it's got this real rich berry note, as you'd expect from the the red French oak red wine cask and the sherry cask. On the nose, as I said, there's these rich berries, kind of like strawberries and raspberries, if you kind of think those raspberry notes, but then it's got this kind of, it reminds me of like mum's cookie dough, which is a little bit whack, but it gives me a little bit of nostalgia there. And then it's got this peanutty note. Like, not yet. I wouldn't say it's overpowering, but it's definitely there. And then kind of like some apple freshness, similar to like a Glenfiddich 18, I believe it was. Now, for the taste. So it's got a kind of like a mid viscosity. I wouldn't say it's like really creamy. That'd take it to a thick, yeah, medium viscosity. It's kind of got like this front of tongue spice. So like super typical, but there wasn't really too much else going on. It's nice and peppery though, which is rather enjoyable, especially for 47% and not having a high amount of rye content. Now I'll go again and then we'll go to the finish. So for this one, I do that. I rush it and then I like choke it. So for this finish, it's kind of got a long finish. It's giving me like a toasted charred oak note. Kind of start with, then it kind of fades out to a more of like a berry kind of note, which is nice. I'm like hard swallowing here because I'm like it's still going and going. I'm waiting for Dave to jump in and say that's what she said. We time stamping this. It's 9 minutes. Well, before 9 minutes. But yeah, I appreciate you, Dave. I lost where I was. So yeah, charred oak. Then it's also got this like dark fruit candy note kind of lingering in there, and then just like this peppery spice note that kind of comes in at the end, and it's just lingering with that. So all in all, that's what I got. Obviously, I'm not really getting those big caramelly notes, obviously, because it's like taken over by like red fruits and peanuts and everything else. And that's the best thing about finished casks, which is not something really new to the whiskey world because they've been doing it since, I guess, Woodford wasn't the first, but it was the first release in like 2008 or something. It's like early days. Someone fact check me on that because I will probably forget. So for my buy, bar or pass, It's got a bold, fruity nose with a little bit of nostalgia. So I enjoy those fruits that are kind of just coming through. Obviously, you can't really go wrong with like raspberries or strawberries or anything that the nostalgia is coming in with those cookie dough notes. So all in all, enjoyable. An upgrade from the small batch tawny cask. We're still going. Yeah, upgrade from small batch tawny cask. I obviously don't have any here to do a side-by-side, but I do plan on doing a side-by-side. I did want more out of the tawny cask. I really wished it was a higher proof. I feel like this gets me there at the 94.47. But if they were keeping it between $80 and $90, I think this is 100% buy, because I would pick that up basically whenever I could, if I wanted like a good... Well, actually, the 2070 to 77 all day. So a couple dollars more, say you're throwing what, $20 more at it at absolute most, unless you're able to find someone that's doing a good deal on it. I don't mind that for an extra what is that, 14 more proof points. Definitely enjoyable. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'm gonna knock this down with a buy. Yeah, buy's right, because I love it. Super fruity. Always ticks a box in my book. That's right. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna wrap it up there. If you guys have tried Legent, please let me know, because we don't actually see it all that often on our shelves, but there's actually people that are carrying it. It's also nice. Makes it for an easy sipper too. So thank you guys so much for watching. Love y'all. Please check out my socials and stay thirsty.